We want to talk about Alphabet today. Alphabet shares fall in a report that Samsung may dump Google search in favor of Bing. Well, Bing is all about your GPTs these days. Bing is the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
Bing is the new girl in the school.
Uh-huh.
You know how that goes, right, Will?
With the skirt?
Easy.
I got to put it out there.
I didn't need to get that specific, Will.
Yeah.
Listen, how big of a deal is this AI thing for search? Has it really affected me or influenced my behaviors? Not really. I haven't reached for this Bing. If it truly turns out to be the future of search and so forth, then Alphabet needs to pick its game up and catch up in this, get moving in this race here. I know they put out the Bard. People said, hey, your Bard is not there, sir. You're lagging on this one. You were asleep at the wheel. Mm-hmm. You're Alphabet. You're Google. How you asleep at the wheel on this one? You got all the guys. You got all the guys and all the girls. You got all the engineers. You got all the money.
Yeah, when I think about AI, I think of Google.
Like they should have.
Because they have been doing Assistant first, and they do it really, really well.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so let's see here. Alphabet shares fell as much as 4% on Monday following a report South Korea's Samsung Electronics was considering replacing Google with Microsoft-owned Bing as the default search engine on its devices. The report published by the New York Times over the weekend underscores the growing challenges Google's $162 billion a year search engine business faced from Bing, a minor player that has risen to prominence recently after the integration of the artificial intelligence tech behind ChatGPT. Now, could they cut a deal? Let's see here. $20 billion tied to similar Apple contract. Cut a deal, cut a contract. Google's reaction to the threat was panic as the company earns an estimated $3 billion in annual revenue from the Samsung contract. Can't they cut a deal? Can't they up their bid? Can't they say, hey, include it for this much?
But what if Bing is so good and Samsung wants it so bad in their OS? That any kind of money, Samsung, it would be massive.
And we need it so bad.
Yeah, they're drooling.
They're like, it's a search engine. Oh, we need it so bad. Listen. Man, I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm saying there's a new Dalai Lama controversy. Elon was on Tucker Carlson. Yeah. There's stuff going on here. Everyone yelling and screaming at me. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, they got to cut a deal. I think you got to stay on Samsung devices. It's too prominent. It's a big deal. My recommendation to Google is give them what they want so you can stay there. I don't think this is about the superiority of the search engine. I don't think Bing is close enough to completely displacing it yet in terms of brand awareness and search volume. It could happen if it's really that good. But in the meantime, I would think that there's a negotiation to be had. That I find this unlikely. It's possible, but unlikely. And don't forget, Microsoft could make their very own bid. They could be like, "Hey, Samsung, heard of our new kid on the block? How about we throw in a little bit of this and that, and we get a deal done?" And Samsung says, "You know what? Our users might not care that much. Now's the time. They might not be mad at us for doing something like this. Maybe we'll take your money instead if your bid happens to be reasonable." Mm-hmm. This clip you just watched is sponsored by LaterCase. If you have been looking for an impossibly thin case to put on your brand new smartphone, you need to check out LaterCase, available for both Android and iPhone. Check the description of this clip in order to get a special offer.